Hi, and welcome to Wow Talk. I'm Donna Cappuccitti, a thriving cancer survivor.
And I'm her naturopathic doctor, Darlene Gustin. We're here to encourage, educate, and empower you on your journey to optimum wellness.
Welcome. Today we are going to talk about adaptogenic herbs.
Great word.
I have no idea what it means. However, there's a doctor right here, a naturopathic doctor, who knows all about them. So, Dr. Gustin, could you please explain what I just said?
Of course. So the word itself tells you the word adapt is built right into that word. And that's what this category of herbs are capable of doing, is to help your body adapt to stress. And adaptogenic herbs include a lot of herbs, like the ginsengs are adaptogenic, and ashwagandha is very popular right now.
Love that word.
Yeah.
Go on.
And the way I describe it, I simplify it even more. So in my overall treatment plan, there's 3 steps. I say when there's many things going on with your health, I say the first area that we work on is get the garbage out of the lifestyle, out of the body. Step 2, give back your body all the tools it needs to function for you. So nutrition and lifestyle. Step 3 is adaptogens.
Oh.
Or herbal medicine. So
Yes.
I love herbs. And I tell people, I go, the way they work, there are herbs that are called stimulants. They're sort of like help you drive faster, like your car. And there are herbs that are sedatives, help you drive slower in your nervous system, drive slower in your cortisol levels, your hormones, etc. And then there's adaptogens, which are normalizers. Sometimes they are also what I say, they put gas in the car, like they increase your resilience, your ability to deal with stress is stronger. The weight of the world gets lighter. And some of these adaptogens that have been studied, they found that the active ingredients in the herb has 2 opposite effects. So there's ingredients in the herb that can make you drive faster, and there's ingredients in the herb that make you drive slower. And your body will be selective and respond to the herb and adapt the way your body needs to. So one herb can have the ability to do 2 opposite actions.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Somebody comes in, they have symptoms of something, or they're just not feeling that well, or they want to get into more preventative medicine. How do these fit into the treatment?
Well, usually I don't give them right away. So if the person is feeling stressed out, I'm going to ask, how much coffee are you having? We'll talk about that first. Then we'll say, are you getting enough sleep and protein? And if those 2 things are not enough, then I say, okay, now you're getting herbs. So I give them a chance to up their lifestyle first. And the good thing about adaptogens, if and when you do use them, it's not like you'd need them forever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they have the ability to re-educate and normalize the function of the body. So many of the adaptogens are targeting the adrenal glands, the stress glands, but you can get adaptogens that work on various organs and systems in the body as well.
Okay, you had said a couple of adaptogens. You had said what a couple of them were. I don't know. Is there one that kind of does a lot of things, like does the trick kind of thing, or no?
I think the ginseng family of herbs are most known for this as being adaptogens, and they have a wide range of activities in the body. So they could normalize your immune system, they could normalize inflammation, they can normalize hormones, they can normalize cortisol. And so the ginsengs have been used for thousands of years. And depending which ginseng you're using, Panax ginseng, Korean ginseng, Canadian ginseng.
Okay, so stop right there. How do we know which ones to use?
So they're like different ranges on the spectrum. So some of those ginsengs are more in the middle. Some are a little bit more stimulating. Some are a little bit more calming. So you really kind of have your herbal knowledge go a little deeper to pick and choose between them. But a lot of people and athletes as well have historically used the ginsengs a lot for athletic performance.
Okay, so would you then ingest the ginseng by way of capsules, or would you have ginseng tea? Like what would be something?
For most people, it would be capsules. But I love tinctures. I give people little herbal tinctures all the time. I think they work better and faster if it's convenient. And so that's my preferred way to prescribe it, but I'll always give you the option.
Okay. What other ones would you suggest?
Yeah.
For someone just, I don't know. I know that you don't recommend somebody being their own naturopath and self-diagnosing them. I know we've talked about that several times, but I don't know if somebody thought they could, maybe try something.
Well, a lot of patients are self-prescribing and asking Dr. Google to help. And most of the time, it's fine. It's not going to cause harm most of the time. But if you're someone who's on prescription medications or you have one or more conditions, there is potential for harm if it's a mismatch. And one of the herbs that's very popular these days is one called ashwagandha.
There's that word again that
I love
like.
it. Yeah. And it's, I call that herb, when I describe this herb, I'm going to give you some ashwagandha. It's for someone like you, someone who's wired and tired.
Yeah, that's me.
Kind of like driving fast with not a lot of gas in the car. And it calms down your cortisol, but it can also perk up your thyroid. So there's many, many patients who have a lazy thyroid and they're stressed out. And ashwagandha does work on other things as well, but I get a lot of questions about ashwagandha. I think it's pretty popular online.
Okay.
And who isn't high cortisol? So the typical person that I meet, they are experiencing some degree of stress when the cortisol is high, and that means that your adrenal glands are in overdrive. They're overproducing cortisol. And there's other ways to do it too, like it's not an adaptogen, but sometimes I give melatonin, which is,
Oh, yes.
yeah, it's an opposite hormone to cortisol. So cortisol is the stress hormone, keeps you awake and goes very high levels if you're stressed out. And the opposite of that is melatonin, puts you to sleep, right? And a lot of people are sabotaging their ability to make melatonin simply because they're using electronic screens in the evening. So it always starts with a really thorough questionnaire. And, if that's the lifestyle the person is having, then I will say, try to avoid the screens in the evening or use blue light glasses, or if all else fails, take melatonin. And I might give that a chance before I would talk about ashwagandha.
Okay.
So that's the beauty of seeing a naturopath, is it really helps you wade through 1,000,001 choices of supplements. So the general public has access to everything we're discussing today, but to get the most effective and shortest list of supplements that will not clash with any medications, that's the advantage of seeing a naturopath.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And also, we could get caught up with buying all kinds of stuff and just taking too much. Too much of a variety. Things could overlap. Things could cancel each other out because we don't know. We're not educated ourselves.
That's right.
So go see a naturopath.
Use with caution.
That's right.
But usually adaptogens are normalizers. They're almost like food. But when you're taking something that's more potent as a stimulant or a sedative, the chemistry of that herb can be very dramatic. So say, for instance, something like St. John's wort, which is used for depression and the nervous system and nerve pain, etc., overlaps with prescribed antidepressants, and you shouldn't take both together. And if you take that herb, it also increases your sun sensitivity, so your sunburn faster than you expected. So there's just little quirks and tips about all these herbs, and sometimes people find out the hard way.
Yes. Oh, I can just imagine. And then I find there's a lot of waste. I've done it myself. I buy things like, oh, that looks like a great supplement. And then I pick it up and, that was in the past. I'm much better now. I'm coached by you, of course. But you make a really good point. Is there anything else we should tell our listeners about adaptogens?
Well, sometimes they're given based on symptoms, but sometimes they're also based on assessments. So there are ways of assessing different parts of our health outside of our normal government-supported healthcare system. So there's private labs that are like my playground.
Yes, they are.
And so the best course of action is to know your status before you choose your medicine. And but a little bit of self-prescribing isn't usually going to cause any harm.
Okay, well, thank you for that. And thank you all for listening. If you have any questions or comments or have any suggestions on what we could cover in upcoming episodes, please, by all means, let us know.
Thank you. We love your feedback, and also follow us online on Instagram at Wow Talk Podcast.
Bye for now.
Bye.